Hello YouTubers, my name is Attila Mate from Blue Sky Photography, and today I would like to talk to you about something new in the Pentax world, and this is a surprise to all of us, I would say. Now, many people they said and they commented, that Pentax is dying and Pentax is out of the game and blah blah blah. It looks like it's not. And I tell you why. They announced, the Pentax K1 Mark II, which is the full-frame 36 megapixel beast of a camera, in the Pentax lineup. And then now they released the second version of the Pentax K1. Now let's see a little bit about this camera, and I tell you why. In my opinion, the Pentax K1, it is a brilliant camera, and I tell you that I was a Pentax user when I was doing film photography. I still have my Pentax gear, down there, with two film cameras and a few lenses, and I enjoy them. Sometimes I just go out and I enjoy, I really like those cameras. Now the Pentax K1, it was very, very interesting to me, and I wanted for a long time to get into Pentax system, but there are very few big disadvantages in Pentax system, and that's why I didn't get into the system. And one of them is the autofocus of Pentax cameras, the tracking. Now I have to tell you, they are good enough for and accurate for point-to-point focus, but when you want to track subjects, it's not the strongest point, and I would say Pentax is not even aiming for that, for fast autofocus. But when we talk about this 36 megapixel camera, the autofocus of the K1, it was good enough for general photography, I would say, but like I said, not for sports or something, forget about it. But in this one, in the K1 Mark II, they say that they tweaked a little bit the autofocus. Now it's the same autofocus system, but they tweaked a little bit, so it will be a little bit better. It will not be like a Nikon D4 or like a Nikon D850 or D500, or no, it won't be like that. But in the same time, it will be a bit better, which is good, I'd say. Now, what is the strongest point in Pentax K1? There are two things, I'd say. One is the low light capability of the cameras. Now, they use the same sensors like Nikon use. I don't know what they do with the cameras, but they have better low light performance like Nikon cameras, and I can guarantee you that. I used to be a Pentax K5 user and KR and K5S, and I tell you something, these cameras, they were much better, at least with 1.5 stop better in ISO than Nikon cameras. Don't ask me why, I don't have a clue, I don't know, but that's what they do usually. So the K1, it is the same, it is good low light performance, and they even increased that now in the K1 Mark II. And they have this high ISO 1 billion trillion, whatever, I'm only joking, it's 1 million, but that doesn't matter because nobody will use that, so that's useless. That's just usually what they do. It is a marketing strategy, to fool people, but you don't use more than the native ISO. You don't want to get into the extended ISO range because that's just ridiculous. So that doesn't matter, but usually Pentax cameras, K1 included, it is very good in ISO. Now, swap the old Pentax K1 to the new one. I don't know, it depends to you. If you have money, you can do it, but usually people would not do that for this small kind of changes. But Pentax here did something which is really interesting, and what they said is just send in your old camera and you pay, I think 500 euro, if I'm not wrong, you have to pay, and they will upgrade your camera to the Pentax K1 Mark II. Now that is unbelievable, I tell you. I mean, they have the same body obviously, and most of the changes are in software. So they just upgrade your camera. I think it was 400 or 500 euro. I will put on the screen, I will look up and put up in the screen, the money you have to pay. But anyway, that's a really interesting and great idea, because you don't have to sell your camera and buy another camera you just send in your camera, they'll do it for you, you'll get back. It's a good idea, I'd say. So dynamic pixel shift resolution, what is that? Now Olympus has it, Panasonic has it, Sony has it. Pixel shift resolution is when the sensor will take several pictures, usually 4, 5 or 8 pictures, 4 or 8 pictures, and it will combine those pictures into one large size picture. It is with the pixels colors, you know, the red and the blue and all this. I don't want to get into this because it will be too long, but interesting is over here that until now every camera manufacturer could not do it so you can shoot handheld. Your camera had to be on tripod all the time when you shoot in pixel shift. And this is where Pentax is revolutionary now, because they claim that this can be done handheld. Now that's a little bit interesting, I tell you, because it's kind of against the physics, but I don't want to say anything, you know. I'm very curious about it. I want to test it out. I want to see, but if this is working, then it will be a big advantage for the Pentax camera, for this K1 Mark II especially, and the models after that is coming, you know, like they will probably introduce this in every model from now to on, and that will be a great advantage. So because until now the camera must have been on tripod when you shoot that. Now if you can do it handheld, that's a great advantage, I tell you. So let's see what else are over here. It is like I said, autofocus is tweaked a little bit. It's not nothing serious. Same buffer, which is not really good. It's not the fastest camera in the face of the earth, but in the same time, price wise, you know, and what you get in the camera, it well worth the money, I'd say. And video 1080p, 30 frames a second. Come on, Pentax, this is, I don't know, they should have put at least 60p 1080p 1080p in 60 frames a second, you know. They should have put that, you know, like it's 30 frames a second. Anyway, they are not at all into video. You don't want to use this camera for video at all. And the price is $2,000. Now the price is really good. $2,000 for a 36 megapixel full frame camera, which is a great sensor, I would say, and great image quality, and with this pixel shift resolution it will be great. Now obviously there are disadvantages, and the first and the biggest is the lens selection, but also you have from Pentax, you have the holy trinity in the zooms, which is the 15 to 30, the 24 to 70 and the 70 to 200 f2.8 lenses, and they are on very affordable prices. They are close to Tamron prices, and I think that if you are a zoom shooter, that is more than enough for you. And you also have some really nice primes from Pentax, and the lenses are not really expensive, not overpriced. So if you are not very into many lenses and you don't have some specific needs, Pentax will do great for you. If you have big needs, you know, in big lens selection, then you have to orient yourself towards Nikon or Canon, you know, because they are the biggest ones in lens selection. So I hope that this video was helpful to you guys. I was very surprised to hear that Pentax is doing something, and I think that they will do and continue, you know, they won't stop. If you have some idea, or if you want to ask something, or if you want to add something to this video, feel free and leave a comment down below, and let's discuss it in a professional manner. I think, in my opinion, that this is a great news, you know, for Pentax users and even for the others, you know. I really would like that Pentax would succeed, and they should be bigger and bigger and bigger, because I really love Pentax cameras. So I hope that you like this video. If you like it, please like and subscribe, and hit that little bell button near the subscribe button to get notified when I upload another video. And other than that, I wish you a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.